Armchair Explorer is a part of the Voyescape podcast network. Check out all of their shows from around the world at voyescape.com. This episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. You know, we've all got that one friend, haven't we? That one who finds all the best travel deals, picks the right cards, and somehow ends up in first class for the price of coach. Well, now you can be that friend because Smart Travel is like him or her, but in podcast form. They cover all things travel finance, like how to get real value from points, not just a tiny little reward at the end of checkout, or which flight deals are actually deals and not just clickbait, or when that convenient travel bundle might actually be a hidden tax in disguise, all that stuff. So travel smarter and spend less with help from NerdWallet. Follow Smart Travel wherever you get your podcasts. There might be no better feeling than accelerating in a Harley Davidson. Well, you can take any roller coaster in the world, forget it. This has ruined roller coasters for you, hasn't it? Here's to those who Wisconsin. That's what they say in this part of the world. Because traveling here is not so much about exploring a place as discovering a mindset. I'm Aaron Miller, I'm a travel writer, and what I love most is finding those places you may not have heard of or know well yet, but once you do, you're going to keep coming back for more. In this two-part documentary series recorded on location, we're going to be searching for that Wisconsin state of mind, and we're going to be exploring it today through the music, architecture, theater, and motorbikes of the state. It's a story about how art can connect us more deeply with the land and how the land inspires it. And we're going to start with the first people of Wisconsin. This is so exciting. It's all filling up now. Everyone's getting dressed in their regalia. We can hear the bells chiming and everyone's getting excited. The seats in the amphitheater are filling out now. And any minute now, they're going to come in with their grand entrance with their flags and their eagle feathers. They're going to pass through each group, each band of drummers, one to the next, performing their songs. It's such an honor to be here and to watch all this take part. It's a really social gathering too. Everyone's warming their drums up, ready to perform, but it's a place where everyone's going to come together and meet, and there's such friendliness, there's such welcome, you know. It's a true honor to be here. So the show's just about to get started, so I'm going to go up to the amphitheater now and check it out and enjoy. I can't wait for this to happen. I've come to the Woodland Bowl near Kashina, Wisconsin for a powwow of the Menominee tribe. A grove of old pine trees surrounds the natural amphitheater, dappled light breaking through the canopy with 4 totem poles standing tall in the center.
Again, we'd like to welcome you this afternoon down here at the Woodland Bowl to the Veterans Menominee Nation annual gathering of veterans. It's kind of the kickoff for the summer outdoor gatherings. Very first one.
The Menominee are the original people of Wisconsin with a history dating back at least 10,000 years. Like all Native American peoples, they suffered with the onslaught of white European settlers and still suffer the echo of those ills today. But they're a strong and proud people, and the powwow we're at today celebrates their community with singing, dancing, food, friendship, and especially with drums.
We want to start out, we're going to do a drum roll call here real quick. So we'd like to start out with our host drum, Wolf River, Wind Eagle, Lake Delta, Lazy Bear.
Like many Native American tribes, the drum is a sacred instrument for the Menominee, and the roll call as each group hits a single strike, passing around the circle of players, is like a shockwave, reverberating through the forest, alerting everything and everyone of their presence. Only then can the ceremony begin.
Every drum beat that you hear is from the earth, from the animals, from the heartbeat, from within ourselves.
This is Shane Webster from the Wind Eagle Singers. He sits around a large deer hide and cedar frame drum, his young son by his side.
So it's an extension of ourselves to bring our knowledge and our insight to everybody else. And then at the same time, there's a spirit in that drum because of the hide, the wood, the animal that gave up its life to feed us and clothe us. So there is a spirit within that drum, and as such, we have to take care of that drum. We have to take care of it like it's one of our kids, like the drum is one of our family members. Each and every one of these drums that are made, they're made with love, and they're made with good thoughts and pure thoughts. And it doesn't have to be just Native people doing it, it's anybody who creates that good music. Rock bands, rap, hip-hop, pop, Taylor Swift.
Even Taylor Swift,
right,
are you sure?
Right, yeah, she's creating good energy, you know what I mean? She's got that good energy, she's helping people, and that's what this is from the earth.
That's beautiful. Can you share any of the songs that you'll be performing today?
Yeah, most of the songs that we sing are in the Menominee language. To teach a little bit of the language, and I was just showing my son this one song we were gonna sing. It talks about how we feel in our heart, and all the Native people that are here and everybody that's here, we're gonna dance in that positivity. And then the words are Mahitawak, Machitawak, because Mahitawak is our feeling in that heart. So then we add that other word, Mamachitawak, is our Native people, which gives it a feeling. It's a feeling that we're trying to create.
Yeah.
So we're trying to create that good heart, that good message, that good feeling. So it kind of goes like, Mahitawak, Machitawak, Mahitawak, Nemetawak, Haya, 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 Haya. Ya eh eh ha ya eh ha ya.
The phrase is repeated 4 times for each of the 4 directions, honoring the grandfathers, Shane says, asking their ancestors to look after them.
For me, when I drum, even if I'm having a bad day, I have no fear. There's no doubt. There's no pain. It's freedom, basically. And then when we drum, we feel that. And when we think, we get onto that level of the birds. And those birds, they take that prayer, that song, that level of energy, they take that to the eagle, and the eagle takes the crater, and the crater looks down and blesses everybody.
The powwow is a celebration, and all are welcome. The Menominee and other tribes of Wisconsin hold numerous gatherings such as this throughout the year, and it's a great way for visitors to connect with Native people and find out about their culture in a respectful and authentic way. It's incredibly moving. As the show progresses, veterans of the tribe are brought out into the bowl and honored. Eagle feathers are added to a wooden staff of fallen warriors. Dancers arrive in full regalia to step in time with the songs. But at the center of it all is the drum. It represents the heartbeat of the earth, Shane says. And so in playing it and hearing it, the drum connects us to the earth in rhythm and song. From Kashina, my producer Ali Nisbet and I travel south through farmlands and rolling hills. If the drums of the Menominee connect us to the earth and ground us, where we're going next is an extension of the earth itself.
Well, we've just pulled off the main road, and now we're on a kind of dirt track winding up through these gentle rolling farm fields, single oak trees and forest fading into the distance. And it's one of those days where the blue of the sky just meets the perfect lush green of the spring forest and creates this dramatic, stark landscape, almost like a painting. And at the center of the frame is this incredible house that we're just about to visit. Let's pull up here. All right. Ryan?
Yeah, I'm
Aaron. Lovely to meet you. Aaron.
Aaron, nice to meet
Aaron, yes.
My name's Ali.
This is Ryan Hewson, the Preservation Director at Taliesin.
Okay, coming up through these old stone steps now into the courtyard. This will be our first glimpse inside a Frank Lloyd Wright house ever.
And then this is the studio.
Oh, this is the studio, okay. Are we allowed to sit down there?
Yeah, we can sit down there.
Frank Lloyd Wright was one of the most prolific and influential architects of the 20th century, and Taliesin, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is arguably the most important and iconic design of his life. It is both the name of the estate, which encompasses some 800 acres, and the house where he lived.
Taliesin is Welsh for shining brow, because we want to build on the brow of the hill, not on the hill, so we do not disturb the eminence of which we seek. And also, it is the name of the bard who sang of the glories of fine art in King Arthur's court. So it has this really nice double meaning. And I think how it's become so important and seminal is that this is Wright's autobiography in wood, glass, and stone.
Wisconsin was Wright's muse. It is home to over 40 of his built architectural works, and the 200-mile Frank Lloyd Wright Trail includes 9 of the best. But Taliesin is unique among them, because this is where he lived, and so it is also where he was allowed to experiment and grow as an artist. Ryan calls it a dream of a house. Most of his work, public and private, were commissions. This was his alone.
He came here as a boy to work on his uncle's farms and to add tired to tired to tired again, as he said. So very much so, working out in these fields, being out in the prairies, probably having picnics, you know. So he always had sort of a love of this area, right? Because those memories that you have as a child, I think, stick differently in your head.
He writes in his autobiography, "As a boy, I had learned to know the ground plan of the region in every line and feature. I still feel myself as much a part of it as the trees and the birds and bees are, and the red barns." And Wright's love for the area translated directly into his designs.
Very notably here at Taliesin would be the limestone that he quarries from the river bluffs and arranges in such a way that it looks like an abstracted outcropping. So this has, and then you see it too in the choice of the plaster. It's almost like is the idea of the sand in the river, right? And I think the other thing that's important as we look, his roof lines here are very gentle, right? Because the hills are very gentle, they're very old, and so he's responding to that. So he's using these particular things, and then specifically, and I think you'll see this when we walk around, there are particular areas where he seems to frame views, or like you almost just have to take out your camera and take a picture, and like you can't take a bad one.
This is emblematic of one of Wright's guiding principles, organic architecture. He says organic buildings are the strength and lightness of the spider's spinning. Buildings qualified by light, bred by native character to environment, married to the ground. Architecture for Wright should not be imposed on an environment, but part of it, a free architecture, he called it, that belonged where you see it standing and was a grace to the landscape around it.
A really simple definition that's been given to me by fellowship members of organic architecture is it's for its time, it's for its place, and it's for human use. It's easier to look at that as a philosophy as opposed to necessarily a rule book on how to do it. And I think the real richness of that philosophy is actually the discussion, right? It's supposed to engage a dialogue about how do we do this? When we look forward, how do we build buildings that both the building and the site are better for having been there, and ultimately the people's experience is better as well, or their lives are enriched.
Taliesin was built to exist organically in its place, but it was also built to enhance the experience of living within it. Wright's designs have often been compared to music. Moving through the home, each space has been orchestrated to evoke different feelings and emotions, just like a song.
You are coming through the spaces and are being infected differently, so there's very definite things he does where he has these lower ceilings that sort of lead you into a space, and it's this idea of compression and release. right? That you get compressed and then you get released into a bigger space. So like I said, yeah, I think you are the moving thing, and he's thinking of how to move you about.
I love this idea. I hadn't really thought of like architecture in that way, of like the frame is constantly moving, like you're constantly moving through it. So the way it's designed has to be designed with that sense of movement and being lived in, which I hadn't really for some reason thought of it like that. I would love to see some stuff now. It's been amazing to kind of talk about it, but I would love to go and see some of your favorite examples of his work here.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it. All right.
So the first thing. So if you guys wouldn't mind, I'm going to have you guys go in through the front door. You're going to go down just a narrow passage, and I'm going to give that a minute to speak for itself.
Love that. Okay, let's go. I can already tell this is going to be spectacular. And coming out of this narrow hallway into a high vaulted ceiling. Oh, wow. There's, to my right here's a panoramic window which just streaming with light and color. There's just green all around. You know, as spectacular as the design is in here, I feel like my eyes are always drawn outside.
And that's really important, right? Because that's the main thing we see when we walk in on this diagonal, was you're sort of hit with just these huge windows that look out. And Wright actually talks about that in the autobiography, because in his autobiography, he writes it in the third person, except for he breaks into the second person to describe the feeling in this room. And he talks about, you are on a swinging out into the world, right? And so this is capturing some of that youthful feeling of being on a hill. You know, I think we can all remember that, right? Of being young and standing on a hill and the wind is blowing and the world looks like it's coming out and open towards you.
It's beautiful. Love it. Do people leave here, or is it just me and they're like, man, I need to up my house game. My design game is so bad, you know? I've got so many ideas, but it's like, I'm gonna go back and I'm just gonna be like, just that box, isn't it, you know?
It's all I thought about the whole way around. It's beautiful. Simplicity. But
I think some people do, you know? But like I said, I think some people realize the things they could bring out and share in their house that they aren't right now.
Ideas, yeah.
You know, and hopefully they see some ideas, and, you know, because it's like they say, great artists steal, bad artists borrow.
The tour of Taliesin takes in much more than just the interior of the house. We see the courtyard and walk to the shining brow of the hill where the contours of the roof match the distant hills perfectly. We visit Midway Barn with its spired pagoda-like milking tower, Wright's ode to the Guernsey teat, and the new Hillside Theatre, its curtain designs based on Wright's drawings of Taliesin. Wright's work has been so influential because it inspires us to see ourselves and our built environment as extensions of nature, not something imposed upon it. It makes us feel things and sweeps us up like music frozen in wood, glass, and stone. We leave Taliesin and drive just a few miles down the road to the American Players Theatre. If Taliesin is an extension of the earth and the drums of the Menominee its roots, this is its stage.
All right.
Now we're here at the top of the hill.
Top of the hill. This is the big reveal moment.
This is the big reveal moment, and you come around,
Wow. That
and
is
then you can see the stage.
beautiful.
The American Players Theatre is the country's second largest outdoor theatre, set within 110 acres of meadows, prairies, and forested hills.
We're in a little valley, and then once the lights go down in the house, the lights come up behind the stage in those trees.
I bet that looks incredible.
It's absolutely beautiful.
This is Patty Heaston, the communications director for the theatre.
And it winds up pulling you more into what's going on stage as well, because you're just so focused.
Yeah. It's spectacular because we've obviously come up this beautiful driveway through the forest. It kind of builds anticipation, and then you come in here and it's this amphitheater, but it feels like this kind of secret grove as well. And as I look out, all the sides of it here are surrounded by forest, and it's dusk, so all the kind of birds are chirping and flying around. But I love this stage too, because it almost feels like
it kind of blends into the forest as well.
Absolutely. It takes a little bit of the color. You see it looks a little bit green too, so it helps blend in with the background and the trees.
Yeah, brings the whole trees and nature into the stage, into the kind of frame, if you like.
Absolutely.
I love it. Frank Lloyd Wright would have approved, wouldn't he, of this
I
place?
think he would have.
Nice. All right, should we go down and check it out?
Absolutely.
Sounds great.
Shall we take a look backstage?
I would love to do that.
Let's
I'm
do
first
it.
because the stairs are part of the entrance. So can I just make my
Please.
grand entrance?
Please, Mr. DeMille.
Here we go.
Close up.
You can't see me now, but I am. My arms are outstretched. This is my moment I've been waiting for, to walk onto the theater. You can hear the sound change actually as you come down here. Isn't that cool? I love getting that view of what the actors would see as well. Hey.
Hello.
Sorry, we won't get in your way. This is nice
How
too.
was that?
That was. Well, let me ask you. How was
I did feel like humming the, what was the
Flight
Darth
of the
Vader
Valkyries.
No,
No, the Darth Vader
Darth
theme too.
Vader entry theme.
Oh, did you?
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, that's what I thought. But was that wrong?
It's interesting you say that because that's what I was doing with my method acting.
I could tell. I could sense it even from the back. I could sense it even from the back. So then now you get the perspective of what it's like for an actor. And we do not mic our actors.
And you're busy too. I should just say that we're on the stage here, but the whole crew here is like bringing in props and stuff around us.
They're
So you
setting
got
up
the
for
show
rehersal.
it's just rehearsal
It's
tonight.
rehearsal. Yeah, on stage
Fantastic.
rehearsal.
So can we take a peek backstage?
Absolutely.
All
Let's
right.
go
Let's go and do it.
backstage. We can go back towards the dressing rooms.
It doesn't take long, and you're actually completely in the forest, aren't you? It's fantastic.
And then down here to the left are our dressing rooms.
What's it like that first night the premiere, that first night that you go live with a new show?
Well, it's electric, isn't it? It's electric everywhere. It's really exciting. Those of us that work behind the scenes know how hard everybody has been working. And to see it finally come to fruition is kind of amazing.
And so much content is consumed digitally, and it's all obviously pre-recorded and all that kind of thing. But there is something special about seeing something live and that relationship between the actors and the audience, isn't there?
It is. Oh, and there are our actors. There's
Hey.
Marcus and Jessica. Hello, Marcus.
Mosquito zone?
Yeah.
Marcus, hi, Aaron.
Here.
Lovely to meet you. Yeah,
meet you
yeah.
too.
Thanks for making this.
Marcus Trzynski is in his 21st season in the company and has played everything from Macbeth to Mr. Darcy. Jessica Coe, on the other hand, is in her first season rehearsing for her very first performance. We catch up with them backstage on the edge of the forest, the set literally being built around us.
We've been talking about how nature and being in this beautiful place can, create a certain mindset as you walk up the hill here and you kind of leave the real world behind you and you come into this beautiful grove. Do you feel that the audience is receptive in a different way? Like, is performing here feel different in some ways?
Yeah, I mean, when the lights go out and you're looking up at the stars instead of looking up at the ceiling, when there are birds calling, and there have been instances of flying squirrels flying across, bats flying across it. It's like, it's this great feeling of anything can happen.
Can't wait.
Just wait a minute. What do you do in a flying squirrel? Do you bring
That hasn't happened in a long time.
Improvise?
You just kind of give it its due and wait.
It's the star.
Yeah.
It's the star of the show.
You give it and then you come back.
Give it its
and-
moment. Such a diva, that squirrel.
Oh my gosh, that's happened to me. I was doing Importance of Being Earnest, and this actor had a praying mantis on his back.
Oh God.
And you could feel the audience be like, oh. And I was his scene partner, and he didn't know it was happening. And then finally, he just felt it crawl over his collar into his shirt, and he's doing the lines, playing Jack in Importance of Being Earnest. All of a sudden he just goes, oh, there's a giant bug on my head. And we held for what felt like 25 minutes for the audience to kind of chill. And then finally we were like, okay, we can go on with whatever the play is. So yeah, there's no plan.
I think that One of the big mistakes that one could make would be to try to pretend you're not here.
Director Robert Ramirez.
I mean, that's the beauty of this stage. It is surrounded by the woods. You can see the woods beyond the center opening. And I wanted to incorporate as much of that in this production as possible. So, I mean, when it's nighttime and these trees get lit up and the rustling of the leaves when the wind blows through while the play is happening is just... It's really magical, you know.
Have you ever had like a perfect dramatic moment and then the thunder just naturally happens?
Yeah, listen, I'm an actor. I was on stage in the Scottish play and we were standing there, and as Lady M came out, the bats started circling in the inner above. I was on stage doing Much Ado About Nothing, and in the wedding scene at the crescendo of my speech, the lightning flared and flashed. It happens all the time. I've seen it happen here. One of the first plays I saw here was Hamlet, and it started to rain towards the end of the play, and I swear to God, this actor, I swear he staved the rain off with his speaking. The minute Hamlet died, it just started pouring. And these people would not leave the theater. And that was my first weekend here, you know. And I said, well, yeah, so it's kind of wild to be here now.
I kind of love to see a play in the rain, or like just, have it start to rain and just like be immersed in that.
These fans here are hardcore because they will not get up until they're forced to. They will put rain ponchos on, they will be drenched, and they don't care. They just keep going.
It's a shared experience.
Exactly.
Is there a kind of special mindset that this sort of environment creates in the audience that you can tap into?
I think for us who come here from other environments, I think it sparks a kind of stillness in us and a slowing down of this is a different way of being. And the audience here is very devoted. They are listening very, very hard. They come here specifically for this setting. And so they're bringing that into the house when they enter, right? I've seen it. And I've been out here seeing plays that I've seen a million times and have been moved in ways that I haven't before. And it's an alchemy almost, of these elements.
And I just feel that maybe this outdoor environment, I know the Globe Theatre and, that was obviously his kind of home theatre, but I feel like Shakespeare would have been performed outdoors a lot.
This is what it was meant to. Yeah. It was not conceived to be in a black box or in front of a proscenium. It wasn't. It was meant to be spoken in this wooden O. Right, that's what it was meant to do with people down in a pit watching this thing, And so my favorite Shakespeare is this, outside, with the elements and with all of the things that could possibly happen.
A little bit of lightning in the background, a couple of bats at the right time. That'll do. Amazing. Thank you so much for talking with me. I appreciate it. Yeah.
From the theatre, we drive 2 hours west to the city of Milwaukee on the edge of Lake Michigan. During the first half of the 20th century, Milwaukee was known as America's toolbox, a center for industry that was essential to America's rapid growth. Where we're going next takes its inspiration both from that boom and spirit of innovation, but also from something far more ethereal and poetic in design. Let's just say, we're about to feel the wind in our hair. I feel a bit Top Gun right now, actually, because
your walk's changed.
I've got more of a swagger about me
Why
now.
do you look so much bigger right now?
I can't tell who's more excited, me or my producer Ali. I do, like my arms are moving like this.
They certainly are.
And I'm about to jump on my iron horse here. Look at me. I can't stop swaggering. I think I was made for this, to be honest with you.
I've never seen that chest out like that.
Come on.
I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
And that's him before he's even got on a bike.
And not just any bike, to be fair. Harley-Davidson is a name that is synonymous with motorcycle design all over the world, and its home is Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
It really started with two friends that lived in Milwaukee. About 2 blocks away from here is actually where they grew up. William Harley and Arthur Davidson.
This is Chris Ribstein, the vehicle archivist at the Harley-Davidson Museum.
So they always had this passion around being outdoorsy, and there's a story that they went to a play once upon a time and they saw an act where this young lady would ride a motorized bicycle around on stage, and it really got them intrigued by the whole thing. And if you look at some of our earliest literature, and even today, you see Harley Davidson Motor Company. I think they had a basic concept and idea in the beginning to be a company that just made motors for a hobbyist, right? You could buy magazines and build your own motorcycle at home if you wanted to. There's a lot of companies that supplied frames, wheels, seats, you piece it together. And I think that was their original intention, but then it just, of course, expanded.
The first Harley was inspired by a tricycle built in Davidson's basement, much to his father's irritation, with the sole purpose of helping the boys get to their fishing spot quicker. But it was also the right time and place. The idea to put a motor on a bicycle wasn't theirs alone. Manufacturers were building fledgling motorbikes across the country. What set Harley and Davidson apart was they decided to build theirs with style.
They had a high standard of quality that they always adhered to. They had that high standard of style. It's about making the motorcycle look like it's moving when it's standing still, right? 101, when you look at Harley Davidson, you can tell, even if you're not an enthusiast, what the intention behind that motorcycle is. It's about motion in stagnant form. And I think as long as you can adhere to those beautiful lines where the tank has a beautiful teardrop shape that forms into the frame down towards the rear wheel, folks recognize it whether they realize it or not. And they can identify that's a Harley Davidson.
By 1903, on Dad's orders, they had moved to a shed in Williams' backyard, not far from where we are now. By 1904, they had doubled in size, and less than 10 years later, they had a state-of-the-art factory to try and keep up with the growing demand. The bikes were well built and known for dependability, but what set them apart was their designs, movement in static form, and every part of the bike adhered to this principle. The museum is a lot of fun. We start in the motorcycle galleries, a line of bikes 3 wide and 180 feet long, showcasing the evolution of Harleys from 1906 to present day.
They've always seen the engines as being part of the artwork, right? A lot of people don't think of their cars that way by any means, right? But we use that shape, the design, the angles of the cylinders and the heads, that is all part of the function and the form and the styling that goes into the engine. The engine is a major part of the beauty behind the motorcycle.
And in fact, there's a whole exhibit dedicated to that beauty, but not the way it looks, the way it sounds. So this is the engine wall, and I'm looking at all the different types of engines back from 1911 all the way up to present day. And there's a touchscreen here, and if I hit it, wow. I like those deep bass rumbling ones. You can just feel it.
You know it's a Harley before you see it, don't you?
You do. We visit the Journey exhibit, home of serial number 1, the oldest known Harley in existence, built in that original shed. Learn about the Wrecking Crew, their infamous racing team, and then we're taken to the vault. This is so cool. I feel like I'm in a treasure trove. You know that last scene of Indiana Jones when they walk into it? I feel like I'm in that, but Harley Davidson.
I'm the guy pushing the cart through the aisle.
If you could pick out one bike here that's super iconic or one of your favorites, which one would it be?
Just one?
All right, you get
I mean, literally as we walk down here, right, we have celebrity bikes. This is Malcolm Forbes' bike.
Oh, okay.
That is the bike that Arnold Schwarzenegger rode in Terminator 2.
Oh my, all right, just stop. Hold on. That's so cool. Okay.
So there were a few of them built for the movies. This is the one that we know that he actually rode, because if you look at the pegs on the downframe, that's where John Connor would have put his feet. We've taken something off the assembly line fresh for over 100 years. So when you look at this 1956, that is exactly what it looked like when it came off the assembly line. So every fastener, nut, bolt, the paint, the leather, this is exactly as it was in 56. It's only got 4 miles on it.
It looks like something Elvis would drive.
That's funny, I have Elvis's bike right there.
No way.
I swear.
Really?
Same year, 56.
Okay.
Elvis had a lot of Harleys.
Did he?
This was one of his first Harleys. So right there, the 56 KH.
And you look at that bike, at that shiny red and kind of metallic trim, all polished up, and you can see Elvis on that bike. I don't know what outfit he's wearing when you imagine it. I'm seeing him in that white onesie sequin thing with the cape flying in the background. Speaking of which, it's time to head out for a ride. Unfortunately, I don't have a motorcycle license, so I won't be going alone.
Uh-oh, it's coming out.
Whoa!
Here we go.
Oh, you're getting the big boy. Oh, you're in the 121 engine. You're getting the big boy.
Look at that. Shiny red.
You are not. Are you taking him out on that?
It was the first available.
Oh, be quiet. I don't believe you.
It was easiest to pull out, but it is a CVO Road Glide, top of the line.
Taking me out is Tim McCormick, the museum's PR manager.
So talk about going from 0 to 60.
Yeah.
You've never been on a Harley Davidson before. This is 60.
This is as big as it gets. And I'm just like, you know, we're on the river here. Smoke and fog is coming off the water. It's like, did you order this?
I called in for the effects.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's bright red, totally modern, touchscreen, LED lighting. The exhaust rolls off the back like a shooting flame, and every inch of it has been sculpted in wind, literally. That motion and static form, invented more than 120 years ago, now refined by modern wind tunnel technology. It's the kind of bike you could ride across the country and never come back.
Yeah, I love that sound. Yeah. Oh, you can feel that rumbling, can't you?
All right, have fun, guys.
Yeah! Whoa! Here we go. Yeah! And we're off. Woo! Yeah, it's great to see Milwaukee for the first time in the back of a Harley.
Sometimes it's the only way to see a city or country or mountains.
Just turning the corner here out of the museum. You feel the speed on the back of a bike like nothing, don't you?
Like nothing else, right?
Wow.
To be among the elements like this.
But yeah, it's completely unlike being in a car. You
just opens up a whole new world.
You are in it.
Yes.
In the environment. Woo! Oh! There might be no better feeling than accelerating in a Harley Davidson. But you can take any roller coaster in the world, forget it. This has ruined roller coasters for you, hasn't it?
It has. My family's always trying to get me on. I'll just hop on the bike instead.
Yeah, I take a roller coaster to work.
See how we get the thumbs up
we're on a red light.
Somebody in their Honda gives me a thumbs up.
That is one of the coolest I felt. We're on a red light and someone just came up next to us and gave us a thumbs up.
Again, the people of Wisconsin come through for us.
They love it.
Tim calls riding wind therapy, because when have you ever seen a Harley parked outside a psychologist's office? And he might just be right. There is perhaps no better feeling than riding through Milwaukee with the wind in your hair. A few blocks down the road, we pull up where it all began.
Oh, right. Oh, here we go. We're passing the factory. There's big Harley Davidson tower on top.
Yep, 33rd and Juneau is where we are now. That parking lot is where the original shed stood.
Okay. Wow.
So the Davidson family home was located right here. We've always been in this neighborhood since 1903. You can see the utility box that has been decorated for us to commemorate our history and heritage.
What do you reckon the founders would have thought, of all of this?
I've talked to Bill Davidson about that, and it's unfathomable. They were just looking for a faster way to get to fishing. And now they've built this global icon that is recognizable the world over.
It's fantastic. I just have this vision of them looking out their shed and, couldn't they imagine?
For the 120th anniversary, just down the road on Wisconsin Avenue, we had, I think, 6,000 or 7,000 bikes parading through the city to celebrate and commemorate our 120 years. And the people that come out for that, it gives you chills just thinking about it.
Pure love, yeah.
All right, if it's okay by you, we'll turn the handlebars towards back to the museum.
Let's do it.
Your partner might be getting a little nervous that we just took off and you beat me over the head and you took my bike from me.
The thought did cross my mind.
Harley Davidson is the ultimate it's the journey, not the destination ride. The designs those two kids dreamt up in their backyard have come to represent, for many of us, something of the American spirit itself, individual expression, and the freedom of the open road. Art is something that must be felt as much as seen and heard, and you are at the center of it all. You are the drum reverberating through the forest, the living architecture moving through the frame. You are the stage and the wind in the rider's hair. That's the state of mind we've been looking for. So here's to those who Wisconsin. Thank you for listening to the first part of our series about Wisconsin. Next time, we'll be telling the story of the state through the lens of its food. Pizza farms, farm-to-table dishes, fish boils, and lots more. It's a really fun episode and guaranteed to make your mouth water. We recorded this series on a week-long road trip through the state, which was awesome. And if you'd like to find out how you can do this exact trip or any variation thereof, go to travelwisconsin.com. You can also check out their socials for inspiration. At Travel Wisconsin is the Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and Facebook. Thank you to everyone who took part in today's episode. Shane Webster from the Wind Eagle Singers, Ryan Hewsome, the Preservation Director at Taliesin, Patty Heaston, the Communications Director at the American Players Theatre, company actors Marcus Trushinsky and Jessica Coe, and director Robert Ramirez, and Chris Ribstein and Tim McCormack from the Harley-Davidson Museum. Thanks especially, Tim, for that awesome ride. This episode was produced by Armchair Productions, the audio experts for the travel industry. Find our other shows at armchair-productions.com. My name's Aaron Miller. I wrote and presented the episode, and I produced it alongside Jason Patton. Brian Thacker led our pre-production, Ali Nisbet did the field recording, and Charles Tyree did the audio production and sound design. Thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.
I'm Max Hartshorn, host of the Go Nomad Travel Podcast. Every week, I bring you a short 5 to 8 minute escape to somewhere unexpected. I cover the kinds of travel stories you don't hear anywhere else, quirky destinations, unusual adventures, and people who make the world endlessly interesting. If you love discovering new places but don't have time for a long show, these bite-sized episodes are perfect for your commute, your walk, or your coffee break. Join me on the Go Nomad Travel Podcast and explore the world in just a couple of minutes.
If you want to travel more, ideally in luxury, but without the luxury price tag, this show is for you. I'm DeAndre Koch, and on Revolutionizing Your Journey, I use my unique vantage point as a financial advisor to break down exactly how my wife and I leverage credit card points and miles to fly business class, stay at 5-star resorts, and take bucket list trips for a fraction of the cost. Each week, I share real strategies packed with actionable tips and interview some of the smartest travelers in the game to help you revolutionize the way you travel. Travel well, live boldly, and find Revolutionizing Your Journey wherever you get your podcasts.